Hey, Gene Bean. Dropping in. Let's see. We've got hammers and what's the other icon? Ah, it's a hammer and an axe. Excellent. Weapon master. Cool, cool. But yeah, so we are doing a 16x pop run that, let's see. I've already grabbed everything. 16x pop run with no respawns, multiple helicopters, all that good stuff. Um, we have pushed our way into Ekron. And I had intended on setting up shop at the gas station because for me, it's a strategic place to start these runs because it's center map. You have gas, you have water, you got all that good stuff. But it's burned down this run, so little salty about that. Awesome. Yep. Yep. Whistlebeak always speaks, is very kind and everything. I very much appreciate it. And I'm glad everyone enjoys the stream and all that. Burns are effective at killing zombies and burning down half the neighborhood. I'm just of the mindset if I have to turn to burns, I will turn down the zombie pop. But that's just me personally. Like, people who do burns, I have no problem with any of that. I shouldn't carry this much stuff. I shouldn't carry this much stuff. Yep. That's the other thing, is it destroys so much loot. But yeah. No, it's fun to watch the burns and all that. It's just, you know. Yep, that's the other thing, is you don't get the kill count. If we're going to wipe out the entire map, I want to see the numbers. What fun is it if I don't even get credit? But yeah. I think on the stream we've only done like one burn just because people always ask me to do burns. It's like, all right, we were doing a throwaway day that is doing, the extended helicopters and all that. And I was like, let me give a demonstration of how awful burns are. And we set the mall in Louisville on fire and just watched the world burn. Oh, geez. I mean, 1,000 kills on sprinters is really good. I I do not do sprinters. They are ridiculously hard. I do helicopter shoddy days, but yeah, I don't do the burns. That's fine. Like I said, I say this on this channel a lot. If you're having fun playing the game, congratulations. You're playing the game correctly. You know, if I disagree with your sayings, it doesn't matter. If you're having fun, you're playing the game correctly. But yeah, so far in this the 16x pop, clear the world run and all that, we have put a really good dent on Ekron. I'm not declaring it clear or anything like that because we've mostly only gone up this main road. We killed a bunch of zombies south of here. We've got our herbalist manual. We've got the generator manual. We've got the generator. We've got a van that's got really good storage. The engine's kind of crap, but that's just the way it be sometimes. As you can see, we've done a pretty good job clearing. I can just walk up the main road, sit down. It's all chill. We'll probably run to a couple of packs, but I'm just trying to move everything over here by the gas station. I hadn't planned, like last time we did this run, I had built a base next to the gas station that we custom made and everything from scratch. And this time I was like, nah, I'm just gonna use the gas station building itself. It's fine. Like we'll add to it. And we got there and the gas station's burned down, so that plan went right out the window. So my plan is to basically extend the bathroom because I mostly just wanted the bathrooms. That way I could hook up rain barrels so I wouldn't have to boil water forever because no one wants to boil water forever. But it does look like I'm going to have to do another base build, which is fine. It's not going to be as big as the last time. My plan is to basically just build a place I can store and sleep in onto the bathroom. Then add some other stuff to the bathroom for like the rain barrels and all that. And then past that, then we'll probably not worry about securing the farm and all that. I do like the wild base. Okay, so here's where I figured we're gonna have to fight. So we just go right here and go duffel bag on the ground. We're no longer overburdened, and fight time. And I don't want to get pulled into that group, so we're turning around this way. Like, we'll end up killing that group, but I'd rather deal with them separately if possible. Just so I don't have to worry about panic and all that kind of nonsense. Because we also need to get in here and get ourselves a new hammer. Like, I know I could forage for one, but why forage when I can just have? Oh, 1 second. Game audio should not be muted. Let's set the right input. So we have the microphone, but I don't have what devices. Give me 1 moment. Because I had to do a bunch of troubleshooting yesterday, so I think it's just audio got set to the wrong thing. Alright, where do I set the apps? Volume mixer, Project Zomboid, go here, output device. I don't want you to be default. There we go. My apologies. Yeah, for those who are on or weren't on stream yesterday, we had a lot of like video card driver crashes and all that. So I had to do a lot of troubleshooting and all that after stream, so all my sound settings got messed up just because one of the things I did was I did a Windows update. Which shouldn't matter, but you know, we were just doing all the maintenance. But I did rule out, people are like, oh, your video card's overheating, your video card's overheating. I'm like, it doesn't feel like video card overheating symptoms until towards the end. But I put a very heavy load in the video card, and the temps that's going up are negligible, so I'm very confident it's not overheating. Like, we are hovering at a very good temperature right now. I think it was just a driver update happened. It was a bad driver update. And just uninstalling and updating got us fixed. I didn't have all the weirdness when I first started up, because like it's right from the beginning of yesterday's stream, all the video stuff was going haywire, and I'm like, I don't know what to do. Because I didn't want to like just flat out cancel stream if I didn't have to. But like we crashed something like 8 times or something like that. And like, it wasn't Project Zomboid, because I had OBS with Project Zomboid not even open crash at one point. It wasn't strictly OBS either. So it was a whole thing. Yeah. Yep, no, there's been a number of people I've actually had discussions about it. The way I've started kind of branding it is 0 to hero. Like, I don't remember who was the first one to say it's like, no, that's exactly what we're doing. It's a 0 to hero build. You start with absolutely nothing, and you put something together from it. You know, I don't even care about the pain pills. We got like 10 stacks of them, and... But yeah, it was very frustrating, as one would imagine. I feel like I've walked right past our duffel bag. Where is our duffel bag? Oh no, it's way up there. But yeah. Yep, no, it's looking good now. Like I said, like I went through and I updated motherboard drivers, I updated Windows, I uninstalled the video card drivers that were installed and installed the latest ones from the manufacturer, not the generic ones. Like I went and did all the things I could do. I went into event log, looked up exactly what was happening, and it was 100% that the video card drivers were crashing and recovering successfully, which is what we thought was happening just by the symptoms. Oh yeah, I can certainly fit stuff. Like, the Zero Hero, like, the entire idea for me is that, when I look here, it's empty when we start. Like, honestly, it's not that, like, getting nimble is slow, but with the ridiculous zombie populations I'm doing, we actually do end up getting a pretty decent amount nimble. Like, the issue I run into is somewhere around the point where my weapon skills get to about 5 and my nimble gets to about 4. Is when things like really slow down for me gaining nimble because I keep one-shotting the zombies quite often in that, so I'm not in combat stance nearly as much unless I'm being very deliberate about it. So progression slows down by the fact that we're killing the zombies. But it's also one of those ones that whenever I do these streams, like I'll have people go, it's like, oh, you know, trait XYZ is better than trait, you know, whatever. It's like, my build's bad. And they're like, oh, like, really? Your build's bad? What? I actually get quite a bit of enjoyment out of that. Because, like, one of the things I find annoying in some games is when people, like, it's not the backseat gaming side of things, like, that's fine, but it's like, you're doing it wrong kind of attitude. And so when you tell people, like, your build's bad, they're just like, oh. Yeah. You're having fun wrong. Exactly. How dare you have a fun in a different way than me, Fenrir says. The audacity. The fact that you have had fun in a way that I don't have fun. For some reason, I feel as invalidating of my fun. Because I can't understand other people having their own personal opinions or anything. Everyone should do as I feel. Obviously sarcasm. Just specifying all of that was sarcasm. What on earth was I looking in the back of this van for? I don't remember. It's fine. I don't actually care that much. That's fine. For right now, I'm just going to plop this campfire right down, right here. That's a campfire spot for the moment. Is an engine with a 70% dangerous to failure at the wrong moment? 70% is pretty good, actually. Like, you can always have an engine fail you at the worst moment, but when you get like an engine that's 20-30% or lower, that is begging for trouble. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and that wasn't me saying anything negative to you, Karagom. Like, there are people who will sit there and nitpick and be like, "You're using like this trait you're using is not as good as you think it is." Like, okay, it's like that's not the goal. If I was min-maxing, I'd do something totally different. Like, I'm happy to have like discussions about traits and all that, but there are people who get like all defensive that it's like you didn't choose my trait choice. Why would you betray this trait? And then for like new players, a lot of things I need to shrink that. For new players, like when they come in, all right, we got a meta event, so let's watch which way the zombies are moving. Make sure we're safe. Looks like they are moving south. But always with the new players, like, oh, is this a good build? It's like, no. It's like, this is not a good build for beginners or advanced players or anything. It's objectively not good. It's fun for me. But I've also had people who, they're like, oh, your build sounds interesting, I'm going to try it. And then you'll see, like, 2 or 3 days later, they'll come back and be like, oh my god, that was awful, and I will never do it again. It's like, fair. It is a very slow start build. I don't need that. Is that all the zombies that are coming? Just the 4? Okay. Oh, yesterday we found a machete in a box. We got all excited. I equipped it and had like 2 ticks of durability when I found it. I was pretty salty about that. It's like, why would you tease me with this game? Why would you show me something so nice only to just take it away? Oh yeah, no, I've never taken it as being that, like, you've called me an idiot or anything like that. Like, I've only had one person who was like, all right, you need to, like, chill. But, like I said, usually when I tell people it's like, this is a bad build, most of those arguments just instantly deflate, because they're like, oh, like, how do you argue against this is a bad build? And they're like, wait, what? You just embrace the badness? Ah, gotcha. No problem. I just wanted to make sure that, like, I've never felt that way. Like, I've only had one person who kind of felt like they're going that direction, and they were someone who tuned in, like, once. Were, like, very, very particular about all of the choices we were making, and then they just didn't come back. So I'm like, well, that's a self-solving problem. Because that'd be the kind of person 2 or 3 streams would be like, alright, man. To date, I've only ever had to ban one human being. And it had nothing to do with Project Zomboid, it was just a person coming to cause drama, and that was their entire intent start to finish. We gave him a couple chances, and then finally went, you know what? Why am I giving you chances? Okay. So we've got access to that. I didn't want to destroy the door, but, you know, it happens. Yeah, this makes me salty because, like, before we got here, I was like, I'm not going to build a huge base. We're just going to live here. I'll put, like, a little thing out here so we don't have to worry about the stairs of death. And then we got here and the whole thing's burned down. Like, the entire top floor is basically unusable. I looked at it. It's like, well, I guess we're going for a plan B now. I have too much stuff on me still. What am I carrying? Get out of here, meat cleavers. I'll save the hand axe. Okay. Alright, Whistlebeak. I'm immediately gonna go running down the street, screaming at the top of my lungs, and unequip my weapons. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Nah. Right now I'm going to be heading to the hardware store, because at this point I want to get a bunch of nails and at least a claw hammer, ball peen hammer. Hey, Karagom, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream. I've done that too. Like there's two different things I've done. There's the one where it's like, oh, this streamer's really chill that this person suggested I raid, and we raided them. I should add them on a follow, and then that way I know to circle back later when I go to raid that like this is a person I can raid and they're good. And then you go and you're like, oh, I've apparently been following this person for a long time. Oops. I apparently have already made the assessment that they were a good stream. And I've done the exact same thing for you, where it's like I keep tuning in because I keep seeing people on the list of streams, and then it's like, wait, I'm not following this person? Like, I've been in the stream like a dozen times. How am I not following this person? How do I get here if I'm not following this person? Oh, I was expecting a party back here. Oh, hey, the back door's open. And there was no alarm. Anytime I have good luck, I just assume there's going to be an alarm. There's our hammer. Okay, I do want that pickaxe, and it is coming with us, but I think first we're going to clear the place. And then we'll worry about grabbing stuff. Alright, we're going to clear this area, because could be one in here. Boxes of nails are specifically one of the things we're here for. And our delicious roaches. We have had many a roach this playthrough. That's all I'm saying. I think in the really CDDA, I ate less roaches than I've been eating this run. It has not been happy times for poor Ellen. Gotcha. Yeah, I've done that. Maybe that's the same thing I've been doing on and off at times. Because like I said, there's channels I keep ending up back at, and I'm like, wait, I'm not following this channel? Like, how do I get here? That said, with all the technical issues we had yesterday, I actually really did appreciate that yesterday I finally got to raid Inverse, because he's raided us many times and shown all sorts of support, and just because of our different schedules, I never get to raid him. So yesterday we did get to drop a raid on, which was really nice. Even if it came out of a lot of frustration from technical issues. The Bull Driver? I mean, the Bull Driver's a pretty good car. Like, I don't have a best car because I usually don't have the leisure of being able to be picky choosy with my cars in these runs. So, like, the best car is the one that runs that I can get my hands on. I also don't, go burglar or any of that stuff, so usually I'm also dealing with whatever RNG graces me with. Yeah, we got lots of tools here. Grab the propane torch. That's a tool I actually want to make sure we have. I already have a saw. This is all good news. Everything about this hardware store is good news. Like, the planks on the shelf were the worst news of this whole place. It's all good news. So let's be strategic on what we grab, because I don't want to go too overburdened. Let's grab some seeds. We should have plenty of garden forks and trowels and that kind of stuff, because I do need to get food going. I'm going to grab it while we're here. So we're at lightly overburdened. That's fine. Oh, adhesive tape we want. Because I got machetes I'm going to repair, and I got duct tape and adhesive tape. I will say, I personally feel the sports cars are a trap. They're a fun trap, but they're also how you unmake characters from existence. I still am of the standpoint that Sunday driver is actually a perk, not a penalty. Well, then the sports cars, a lot of them you get to the trunk, is like, how much trunk space does this have? 25? And you're like, oh. So, none. If I have a large backpack, I can't even put my large backpack in the trunk. Levels of not enough space. Yeah. Yeah, I'm... Like, I wouldn't say it's cheesy to take Burglar, like, from my experience. It's very powerful. But it's just not usually the way I like to go with it. Not gonna need that for a while. We'll repair the machetes later. I won't plant these yet, and the reason I'm not going to is I want to go by the rural supply shop so I can get some rain pails. Okay, so I've got a bunch of nails. I have a hammer. I'm going to need my axe. I'm going to need my saw. But before we do anything that's going to get us in trouble, let's do a lap. Yep, well, and I mean, that's part of the logic behind this build is all of the negatives I have other than slow healing, I can quote-unquote fix. Now, granted, if we're being real here, the time commitment to fix it is so astronomical you'll probably never fix it. But, in theory, you can fix it. And that's actually the big thing of why this is a bad build, is sure, you can, in theory, fix all the things, but the time investment is unrealistic. That said, when you do the 0 to hero build, and you get to the point you can actually fight stuff like a normal character, you feel like an absolute superhero. Which gets you killed. But, you know, it makes normal playstyle feel really good. So I want to kill all the zombies immediately around, because we're going to cut down trees, we're going to get exhausted, it's going to be a whole thing. Yeah. Normal, as in someone who has, like, 4 fitness and 5 strength. Because, like, compared to early run, I feel like an absolute monster already. Even though I know this is a very middling character right now. Yeah, these trees here in the middle are the ones that gotta go first. Because those are trees that get you in trouble where you can have a horde blocked from your vision, and then you go and start messing around, the horde just stumbles in on you. Let's go ahead and kill the zombies by the lake. Oh, and this is way more an insane pop, too. Yep. So, like, insane pop is 4 times. We're currently at 16 times pop. It doesn't seem like it right now because we estimated, and this is using out-of-date math for the record, so we know it's probably not right, but we don't know how it's not right. We estimated that Ekron has a population on this of about 5,300 zombies. And we have killed just shy of 4,600 zombies. So, where it's starting to seem like a reasonable population, it's because everybody's dead. Oh, there's our duffel bag. Right. I'm sorry, you are correct. Insane Pop is 4 base, and then 1.5 peak multiplier. So yeah, 6 times. High would be 4.5, I think. Because I don't think peak pop changes between the different modes. I think it's just the base pop is what they change. Oh, is high only 2x? I thought it was 3x. And I've never chosen high, so I couldn't tell you. Like, I would defer to others for that information. It's like stuff like with trapping. People ask me questions, they'll be like, this is my understanding, but if someone who's actually done more trapping says otherwise, trust them, not me. You know, I don't need tweezers. Get them out of here. There's something else. There's the pipes. Let's go drop the pipes, because the pipes are heavy. Peak is day 28 by default. I don't need this many hunting knives on me. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, my math was right. Okay, alright, I see. I was forgetting that high was separate from very high. Gotcha. Okay, so I was mixing up very high and high. I was like, I could have sworn. Yes, if you turn off respawn, you could technically wipe out every single zombie on the map and walk around and hear nothing but the wind blowing in the background. And, you know, live in a world empty of life. Yes. I'm not technically going to kill literally every zombie, because I'm not going to go skulking into the middle of the absolute nowhere woods trying to find the last zombie, since I'd have no way of knowing if I have killed the last zombie. But we are going to wipe out all the major cities and stuff like that. No, they're undead. And hey, right, how's it going? Now, we could have the debate if the zombie virus is alive, which that gets to be more, you know, mincing words and all that about what is life, but the zombie themselves are just meat vessels being taken by a virus. Think of more like a car full of virus. At least in this version of zombies. You have, like, the magic and sorcery kind, and I feel like when you get into that kind of fiction, life and death definitions don't have meaning anymore. Like, in a world where I can just wizard something back to life, death has no meaning. Oh no! I wasn't watching the radio, it's a helicopter day. Okay, we're actually not in that bad a shape. Well, I had planned on doing an entirely different thing for the helicopter, but we're going to the east now because we have been caught entirely off guard by this. The good news is we did not get to the point of chopping trees, because had I chopped trees, this wouldn't say moderate exertion, this would say exhausted. And that would have probably killed us. I should do a prediction, so give me one moment. Now, I'll warn you, these predictions only go for about a minute because for some reason I don't get the choice to choose how long they go for anymore. But we are going to do the prediction for the helicopter. And just before... Oh, actually, they added it back. Yes! 5 minutes. Okay. So the terms we have for whether or not we've survived or died from the helicopter is any injury we take during the helicopter, if it winds up being fatal, would still count as us dying during the helicopter, even if it takes 2 or 3 days for it to actually catch up and kill us. Now, if we take no injuries, basically when we wake up the day after the helicopter's rolled through, that's that defining line of we have survived. So go ahead and put in your bids if we survive or not. The things working for us right now is we are in an area that we've cleared out a lot of zombies. That's a big thing for us. We are moving in a direction where there's not a lot of zombies. That's a thing going for us. But things working against us is we're about halfway to tired or drowsy already. And we're just barely on the fence of moderate exhaustion. That said, I'm feeling pretty good of our survival chances. I'm more concerned that we're going to go back to the gas station. It's going to be overrun by zombies. And so, in my belief, the danger of us surviving or not is going to be when we go home, not dealing with the zombies outright. I think I'm going to go down to this field down here, and we're going to stand in the field and wait for the zombies to close in on us and deal with them there. Like, if it's just a few, we'll kill them. If it's a whole bunch, we'll do what we normally do, which is to walk around in circles with a giant ball of death. And then when the helicopter nopes out, then we just ditch the zombies in 2 seconds and go home. Because this should be far enough away that any zombies we draw here should take a long time to expand to where we live. It also means we probably won't pull many zombies from Ekron other than the ones we got right away, because they're a decent distance away. I don't actually know what the helicopter range is, but I would imagine it's like a cell to a cell and a half, which a cell is 300 tiles by 300 tiles. And usually the helicopter will do like 2 or 3 passes. I've had once where it's done only 1 pass. I've had a few times it's gone up to 4 passes, but usually it's 2 or 3. Alright. It did 1 pass and it's coming back for the second. Alright, yeah, it's getting to be more than I want to fight. But not many are aggroing, so we're going to keep fighting at this spot. But it's pretty typical that you get like a small number at first and then gradually more and more as it draws zombies from more and more places and starts bunching them up. Yep, so we're not fighting anymore. At least I don't think so. Yeah, we're not going to fight anymore, because we're just going to keep getting more and more zombies piled on. It's safer if we just start balling them up. So you're going to find I'll keep backtracking along the route I've already been. That's very deliberate. I'm trying to put the ball of zombies as almost a shield for new coming zombies. To just keep making them add to the pile as opposed to attacking me from multiple sides. It's not a foolproof plan. Sometimes a helicopter will switch the zombie direction, and then suddenly zombies are coming from this way up. At which point then I have to try and twist around to the other side to put the ball between us again. But yes, this really isn't that many zombies. I didn't think it was going to be that many, because we managed to get a bit out into the boonies real fast. Yep, Fenrir, that joke happens plenty. Different versions of it, but you know. Whenever you have the ball of zombies. It's actually a decent number of zombies up there. Again, nowhere near as bad as the first 2 helicopters. The first 2 helicopters, we were just looking at absolutely absurd numbers of zombies. The 3rd helicopter had a pretty decent one, but Not as bad, but that makes sense. We've killed almost 4,600 zombies in this area. We've knocked down the population. What do you have? Is that a bread knife? Ah, it's bread knife. I don't care. For a moment, it looked like it had a curve, and I was like, "Ooh, machete." I will try and tangle with a, you know, large group of zombies if I can single out a katana or a machete, or a large backpack. If one comes with a large backpack, I am going to drag the group around till I can get hits in on the large backpack. Try and get it free. Like I said, I expect the point that this will go south, if it goes south, other than just like walking into a zombie or something like that, to be when we go back to the gas station, trying to figure out like getting home to sleep. Alright, Whistlebeak breaking out a weird flex. Weird flex is best flex. Just deleting those 5,000 points. They're heavy, they weigh us down. That just gets us exerted. Exertion gets you killed. But as you can see, I'm just kind of circling the pack. If I see a direction where there's a whole bunch of zombies coming, I'll immediately reverse direction and again just try and circle the pack. I'm not trying to ditch the zombies right now. I'm literally just trying to keep them where I know where they are. Alright, are we coming back for a third pass? We'll give it just a little bit longer. Huh, only a two-passer? Alright. Okay, I don't want to bring these directly home. So we're going to go up a little ways. Try and ditch them up here, because I want to say there's some trees along this side here on the left. But you notice this entire time, that helicopter event, I didn't have to run a single time. Like, running is very unnecessary in this game. Like, you only have to do like 5-10 steps of running here and there, just, you know, to avoid intercepts and stuff like that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try and keep those trees as much as I can, so that that shadow, that fog of war, is behind me where that large horde is. Because as long as I can do that for 2 or 3 trees in a row, they'll come here, not know where I went, and so they'll stand around, and I just get away scot-free. Learning how to do the line of sight to drop zombies is amazingly effective, because as you see, I've already lost all zombies, we no longer hear them. They're back here-ish somewhere. And we go home. Yep, no zombies. But, like, until you kind of learn how to maneuver yourself out of line of sight of the zombies, so taking consideration of what their perspective of you is, ditching hordes can be very difficult. But once you get a feel for that, unless you're in an area that's dense with zombies where you can't ditch them without pulling more, you know, ditching them is pretty easy. Because, I mean, frankly, you can ditch zombies by just walking. Like, not even maneuvering through trees or anything. You're faster than the zombies. If you keep walking, eventually you'll get far enough they can't see you anymore. So let's see the situation at the gas station, because unfortunately I still can't sleep at the gas station. We had to tear down the door in the bathroom, so it's not safe. Oh yeah. Like, but I think it's valuable to learn how to fight the zombies in melee, because especially with like guns and all that, you can't find the ammo. Fire, you end up burning down half the town because one zombie gets away from the bunch, and then everything, you burn down the place you're trying to loot, kind of thing, and that's no fun. And like, even if you drag the zombies like way out here, where we're in this big open field, you'll have that one zombie who'll like beeline to the nearest building just because I feel like they have the sadistic AI secretly just goes, oh, burn down town. Well, I had hoped to do the base stuff, but you know, that'll probably be a tomorrow character thing. Let's see if we can't get into one of these 3 houses down here. I probably shouldn't be worrying about that right now, because they're getting close to drowsy. But I really don't want to hike the entire length of town every single day to go to sleep until we manage to secure a location. I'd rather just secure a location here by killing zombie. I'm gonna go for this one, I think, unless I see a reason when we get there not to, but I don't see anything. I'm actually not seeing any zombies here, which isn't too surprising with the helicopter just coming by. This is probably where it drew the zombies from. Just hope the doors and windows aren't all busted out from the zombies trying to get out of the houses to join us. A zombie over there. They're just doing it once around the building before we go in. Make sure it isn't a horde just waiting directly outside to cause us trouble when we pop in and try and close the window. Oh, don't break the window, buddy. Where's the window? Aw, too slow. Huh. You must have heard me. Bang on the door a couple of times, get the zombies a moment to come out. I'll go check this mailbox in the meantime. Yep, I'm not too upset about it. The downside is I think that's one of the bedrooms, which means that bedroom isn't safe to sleep in anymore. But as long as I have a room to sleep in, that's fine. Like, I have no problem dragging a chair into a bathroom and going to sleep there. I don't like that I can't sleep in. I was hoping I could open the blinds from there. We can't look in. So that's a little concerning. You're not worried about looting anything right now because it's dark. I just really want to get into a bedroom. Okay. Yeah, so we got a bunch of stuff in here that's useful. You wouldn't happen to have ice cream that's melted. Nope, you just got rotten meat. That's fine. That's a bathroom. Let's check here. Alright, and I figure we'd probably be able to sleep till tomorrow. Let's eat our food first. Just finish out the bag.